Hi Scorpio, this is going to be a general reading for your sign between the week of the 22nd to the 28th of December. Take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. If you manage to stumble across one of my videos and it's not in the time frame stated in the title, it means it's for your next 7 days starting from tomorrow. So yes, the readings are timeless. Let's begin. You're very much feeling alive. The experiences going through this week are making you feel very alive, very at the forefront of consciousness. Um, it feels very smooth and pleasant this week for you, and you're feeling alive, like you're um, just out there in the field. You're out there in the field. Don't know what that means for you, but it's like you're out there in the field, like in the middle of a field. I guess it means like you're feeling very free to do whatever you want and live the way you want and experience things the way you want. Like you've been so underground for most of your life. Like I don't know why, but I kept seeing a crypt, some sort of crypt. I don't know why that's relevant or what that means to you. It must mean something. But like you felt like half of your life, more than half of your life, you've been living in like a crypt, like somewhere underground. You've not been on the surface of life in itself. You've had like what that means is that you've had a certain notion of the way life actually is, and you've been living in a way recently where um like I'm hearing 8 weeks, 9 weeks, possibly 10 weeks for some of you, but you've been living in a way where you've been challenging your beliefs, your ideas of the way you think things used to be. So you've been challenging beliefs, challenging ideas, challenging thought processes of why you think that a certain thing is a certain way. And so by you questioning things, it's like you've come out from under the ground, from out of the crypt, and you're in the middle of a field. You've found love recently as well. You've found love, and you're enjoying this love. That's what I'm hearing. You're having a good time. You're spending quality time together, intimate moments, sensual moments. You're getting to know one another, and it's been healing you quite tremendously. I'm hearing the word tremendously. It's like a hurricane coming in, hurricane of change. So this is sorry, remind me, I'm a bit ill. There's a hurricane of change, and this is weird. I don't usually get messages like this. It's not you. It's someone around you. It's your environment, the country you live in, the city you live in. There's some sort of hurricane of change about to happen. That's not gonna be good. It's something that I'm being told I should give you a warning about. You're aware, you have a feeling something's about to happen already. Something about in the news. Something. What is it related to? It could be political. Something is about to happen in your city and it's going to affect you negatively. So just be be wary. I'm hearing the words elope. Just keep your things ready. When the announcement does come out, make your escape from that place, because you finally found yourself after such a long time. And it's like as soon as you've just found yourself, like, and you're living, you've been living the last few weeks of 8 weeks, less than 8 weeks. It's been bloody hell, less than 8 weeks, 6 weeks, 7 weeks, something like that. You've been, actually living for the first time. You had a tumultuous upbringing in childhood, and you found yourself after a very long time. And like you've now found yourself, you were healing, and like all of a sudden something strange is happening in your city that's gonna affect you negatively in some way. I don't know. But the advice is to elope with your lover. Your lover is very open minded and listens to you. I feel like you're the dominant one in the relationship, and they will trust you. I feel like you have a feminine energy, whether you're masculine or feminine, or any gender is just irrelevant. But you have a feminine energy, and your partner has a masculine energy, and they will listen to what you're saying if you're serious about it. I would say just keep your things ready, pack your things, when the announcement is made, like you already have a feeling about this, so you know already what this is. Something's happening, like there's talks in your city about something happening. I don't know, it's a really strange message. There's something gonna happen that's gonna be very negative for you in your city, and you need to be careful, otherwise it's gonna drag you back down into the depths of darkness where you shouldn't really be at this time, but you'll have no choice, and you're gonna regret that you didn't leave when you had the chance to, because you're gonna be stuck in that situation for a very, very long time. You might end up even dying without escaping. And if you escape, like the world is your oyster, you can go wherever you want, do whatever you want. I see you just being happy in general and being with your lover. But if you stay where you are, you're gonna end up getting separated, and it's gonna be like a hellhole. I don't know what city you live in and who you are, or where you're watching me from, um, but this is just a warning for you, so that you don't get caught up in this hurricane. This hurricane is like a hurricane of destruction coming into your life, and it's going to destroy um, livelihoods. And it's not a literal hurricane, it's a hurricane of something happening in your city, some sort of change in your city. That's what the hurricane is. And it's related to crime, it's related to politics and crime. I don't know what it is, but I'm keep hearing crime. I'm seeing guns, and I'm seeing all kinds of crazy stuff. Guns, people running. I'm seeing like police sirens, like not the sirens, the lights. I don't know what the hell is going on. Wherever you live, just be mindful about your environment. Other than that, your life is looking very good. Things are looking good this week as well for you. Um, Having happier times. You're enjoying life. You really are enjoying life for the first time in a long, long, long time. You're enjoying yourself. You're enjoying. I don't see you live with family. You're not living with family. You're living with like uncles and aunties, or like someone like family friends or some stuff like that. You don't actually live with your parents. or you might be living with your boyfriend. No, you're not living with your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your partner or whatever gender they are. You're not living with them. Um, so it's not a big deal for you to pack up and leave. But just generally speaking, this week is very positive for you. You're feeling like you're in the middle of a field. And like being in the middle of a field is like feeling freedom. You're able to feel the wind on your face. Feel like you're blessed, like to be, to be free, basically. You're very loved. You're very loved. You're embracing love, and you're, enjoying love at this time with your partner. But you are very loved in the spiritual as well. I would definitely say you do need to look into moving. Get your things packed, ready, so that at no moment's notice you can leave whenever you. I see it as possible for you to do so. But something's going to change in your environment in this week. Some news, and it's going to start a chain reaction in your community, the communities in your city. That's going to be very negative. There's going to be a lot of crime and a lot of bad stuff happening. Be strong, no matter what I said. In this channel, just be strong about what you've been through. You're now someone that's very strong, and you are needed at this time for the young, for the in the future as well, for the young growing up. They need your guidance. They need your help. Your purpose in life is to help people, to help young children, kids, teenagers, and helping them understand themselves and battling addictions, wherever you are. So let's jump into your reading. I don't know what's going on in your country. Some weird's going on. I feel like just in general, weird things are starting to happen. People are missing. People are getting stabbed all over the place. Like there's murders happening all over the world right now. We're going into crazy times, just in general, in the world, where things are starting to change. I think the narrative has been very positive and uplifting, and we're going into a very dark time in history, just in general. Um, Everyone's become very violent, non-negotiable, non-tolerant, non-accepting. Everyone's become very brutally harsh, and we're getting to a point where things are going to start turning violent. And I feel like it's starting to begin here this week. And I don't know where you are, what part. Put it down in the comments what country you're from. I'm quite intrigued to know more about this. Yeah, just put it down in the comments. So your current energy, you've been embodying this Knight of Pentacles energy, and this Knight of Pentacles energy is very slow. The Knight of Pentacles is somebody that's hardworking, productive, practical and confident, practical and honest about every step of the way. You're feeling quite confident as well about what you're doing with your life, and this is in regards to you transforming. Like I was picking up, like you've been in this crypt for most of your life. You feel like you've been in a crypt for most of your life. If you don't know what a crypt is, it's like a underground burial site, basically, where bodies are kept. The tomb, underground tomb, crypt. And so you've been inside this crypt. I don't know why it's a crypt, but like you've been feeling like you've been amongst the dead and not the living. You've had such a harsh life wherever you are. You've had a really harsh life. Um, your childhood was very hard on you. You went through a lot of trauma, a lot of abuse growing up. Went through a lot of hardship, lots of tears you cried, You went for very painful energy, and that's why you felt like you were amongst the dead, because it was just you became so numb. You became so numb. You've been numb for a long, long, long time, and it's only in the last 6, 7 weeks that you've actually come out of that. Damn. So what you've been moving slowly towards, what you've been productive towards, what you've been hard working towards, is this transformation, transition, an ending, letting go of the old, which is what I've just been talking about. And so the Death Rider here, he comes from a place of purity as a friend to this guy, and he's asked this guy if he accepts death, because he's like, this is battlefield, the battle's already happened, there's just dead bodies here, the land is stagnant, there's nothing to gain from it. He's telling him to go join him where the sun is rising back here, which is your happiness. Like, there's nothing for you to gain in this situation where you currently are. And this is tapping into what I'm picking up on, this hurricane coming in. So it's like in the spiritual as well, it's happening for you here, where you're gaining signals, you're gaining signs like that you should leave the city that you're in and move to a different city, perhaps by the coast. Like, you have a feeling that you should move by the coast, by the sea. Take this as a confirmation that you should make this move as soon as you can. Do it as soon as you can. Don't worry about the nitty-gritty stuff, because you will regret if you stayed wherever you are for too long. Things are going to change and you won't be able to get out. It's going to be like trapped. You're going to be trapped in that place, and you are being spiritually guided here. The death is coming in so that so that you can accept death, and death is not a bad thing. It's just the letting go of the old, so that new, better energies can come into your life. Much better things can come into your life in general. And so you've been embracing this transformation. You've been embracing transition from the old you into this new version that you've bravely stepped into. And this is causing you to be very optimistic. This is you've like on a spiritual quest here to learn more about how you can tap into your own spirituality, being very optimistic with very positive energy. You're very enthusiastic, like a youngster. You're very spiritually protected in the physical, as well as you're being guided. You're gonna see you've been seeing a lot of feathers here. And you'll be seeing them before the week begins, as well as confirmation that you're on the right path. Here, the Page of Wands, he's actually a prince, and he goes to the wand maker to learn how to make wands. And so the wand maker decides to teach him, not knowing he's actually the prince, and he only reveals himself as the prince once he's done learning. And he goes, you're such a great man, I want to introduce you to my father and have you knighted. So for him it's a great honor, but at the same time he wasn't expecting it. So it's like you have this sense of royalty, this regalness about you that people tend to notice. You get on well with babies, is what I'm seeing, and animals. You get on with babies, like babies love you when they're around you. You have a very good energy, whether you're male or female, genders irrelevant, or anything in between, genders irrelevant. Babies love you and animals love you because they see you for who you truly are. And you're very optimistic at this time that much better is in line with you for your future. So your theme for the week is the 10 of Wands. So this week, the experiences you're going through, oddly enough, are going to make you feel like you're being weighed down, like you're doing hard work, like you have a duty to things. Like the experiences you're going through are making you feel like you have a duty to them, but they're weighing you down here. It's like you're rebuilding your life. Here in the 10 of Wands, he has this major battle with the evil wizard, and he's a good wizard, and there's no such thing as a good wizard before him. And so he has this major battle with the wizard, and after the battle, the whole city is destroyed. He doesn't ask anyone for help. He just goes about by himself, restoring the city by himself, rebuilding things by himself, because he's too ashamed to ask anyone for help. And it's kind of like this is what you're doing with your own internal world. Rebuilding your own internal world, rebuilding your own sense of belief, your own sense of trust, your own sense of love, your own sense of friendship, like all of these things. You've been rebuilding yourself. Like you've really gone through a lot, and you're rebuilding yourself much stronger than you ever have. But you're doing this alone, and you're also too ashamed to ask anyone for help, because you think it's very embarrassing that that you would go up to someone and ask them for help. In something like this, because this feels very sensitive, and it feels very like you don't know how to ask for help. like in this situation. You don't know how to ask for help to heal yourself. Basically, you don't know how to articulate it or how to say it to people. So this is the experiences you're going through here this week. Between Monday and Wednesday, you're in this energy of the star. So the star here is basically you stepping into this energy of like having hope and faith that things are going to change for you. That you will receive divine blessings and you will go for potential and renewal. And clarifying this is the Ten of Swords. So it's basically having it ending here in pain, in the loss. You're having an ending here in the losses. You're having an ending here in carrying the pain of the betrayals that you've been carrying on for such a long time. You're having an ending there. And you're being blessed in the spiritual and the physical. Like these healing waters are being poured on you at this time. I don't know if you could say that, but you're being poured, these healing waters are being poured on you. Your life is going through a healing at this time. And you're having an ending here, letting go of the pain that you've been carrying for a long time, of the betrayals, of the loss that you've been carrying, because you've been experiencing this love, and this love has been making you feel good. Pardon me. And so, clarifying this, we have the page of Pentacles. So as you release this energy, this stagnant energy that doesn't really serve you, but you're holding on to, it opens up your energy to go in the direction that you want to go into, which is your manifestations. So you're going to be manifesting opportunities for yourself to get out of the hole that you've kind of been in. You're manifesting opportunities to get yourself further out the hole that you've been in, is what I'd like to say. And you're feeling very enthusiastic and abundant in general as a result of you going through this sort of purging that you're going through. And it all stems from you just having hope and faith that your life is going to change, just having the hope and faith, and the universe is meeting you there, basically. Between Wednesday and Friday, you're in this energy of the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords here is basically you've gone through a transformation, you've turned into this beautiful kind of butterfly. And as a result, like, you're now in a position of being very truthful to yourself, very empathetic to yourself, as well as being very honest to yourself. And as you're doing so, this is stemming from, first of all, stemming from your strong inner, your strong mindset, your strong mind, that where this is stemming from. You have a very strong will now as well, a very strong mind and a very strong will. And this is causing you to, and this is because of what you've been through. And now you're somebody that you don't take no BS, like you're very truthful to yourself about what you want and what you like and what you don't like, very truthful, honest, empathetic about those things that you like and you don't like, and you don't allow the things at all in your life that you don't like. And so this energy is actually, you're being swept along here. You're being swept along here by the universe. The universe is kind of sweeping you along with great speed to happiness. And I'm clarifying, this is the for one. So it's like this homecoming that you're having because you've gone through what you've gone through, and you decided to choose yourself and choose to be happy instead of choosing to rot away in the crypt. Rather than being that person, you decided you wanted to change your life and try something else. And so you're having this celebration here between Wednesday and Friday of you just being honest, truthful, and empathetic towards yourself. Just because you just simply being like this is like the universe is sweeping you along, you're moving fast very quickly. Your horizons are being broadened, and you're having a celebration as a result of your this sort of power. The Queen of Swords says she goes through a major life, crazy life, should I say, similar to yours, where she falls in love. She's a peasant initially. She falls in love with the prince. The prince actually likes her back, but he's too ashamed to admit it because he's not being true to himself. He's putting on a face to everyone because he's the heir to the throne. And so when she first confesses her love for him, he mocks her basically because he's with his brothers and they're all royals, and she's a peasant. So they mock her. So he mocks her, and this really breaks her heart. And so she goes through a whole stage of releasing. She digs her fingers into the mud, and she's crying on a rainy day. And she goes. Her mother gives her advice to go and release her emotions to the sea. And so she goes through this whole thing, and then the prince apologizes, and the king's counselor overhears them talking, and he decides to that night send the king's guards, and they arrest her basically because they say she's a witch and she's trying to poison the prince, and so they arrest her and they poison her while she's in the prison. The prince finds out the next day and he rushes to save her. So it's but he first announces himself for the throne. And anyway, so she goes through a whole bloody story. She almost dies. So it's kind of like what you've been through. You've almost died as well, maybe twice. You've died almost twice in your life. And so you're very quite similar in a way. You believe in love like she believes in love, and you go for things that you really want to go for. Whether you're male or female, again, gender's irrelevant, or anything in between, gender's irrelevant. But you've been through a hell of a story, and now you're at a position where you're being crowned as this queen of swords as well. Not necessarily swords, but you're being crowned as a queen or a king or whatever. But you're being crowned as royalty, is what I mean to say, and you're being swept along at this time. The universe is sweeping you along, and you're having a celebration of this homecoming with people that you have found people that you actually like and you can actually talk to, and that feel like they're your community, that you can rely on these type of people, these people that you have been relying on, which is like a first in a very long time. And you're going to be celebrating it with these people between Wednesday and Friday, just in general. And you're meeting more people as well that are like a part of your community here between this time period. So this is quite fantastic, to be honest with you. Between Friday and Sunday, you're going through this energy of the Eight of Pentacles. So between Friday and Sunday, you're gaining mastery of yourself in some kind of way. It's like you're gaining skills, and it's making you very much determined. And what these skills are about is literally, it's not about the money. I suppose money is energy. However, it's been clarified by the High Priestess here. So you're gaining mastery in terms of spirituality. Like you're an old soul, whoever you are. You decided to take on a lot of karma in this lifetime. That's why you've gone through what you've gone through. You've been paying off karmic debt. You're someone very spiritually powerful. If you are able to fully connect to that part of yourself, and you are doing this between Friday and Sunday, you're mastering yourself. You're no longer going to be the apprentice in your life. You're going to be the master in your life, being able to command your own inner self to in the direction that you want to go in. Not even command, but like being cohesive with yourself. And so you're really bringing balance to your internal world. Like you've gone to the deepest, darkest parts, the deepest, lightest parts within yourself, and you're bringing them together, is what I mean by cohesion. And you're also connecting very strongly to your intuition. Your intuition is, you're being blessed as this high priestess at this time, whether you're male or female or anything in between. But you're being blessed at this time with heightened intuition because you're ready for it. The color blue is very significant. You're going to be seeing a lot of blue here between Friday and Sunday for whatever reason. I'm seeing that you should put like a line here, like a little line of like blue powder. I don't know what kind of blue powder. You use some kind of blue powder. I don't know what it is, but you use some kind of blue powder. I'm seeing that you should put like a line in between your eyebrows, like here, where I'm doing it. I don't know why, but like here, not a super long one, but just like a little one, like a little line, just a bit longer than a dot. Wherever you live, but it's a blue powder that you already use this. I don't know what you use it for or what kind of powder it is, but this is what you use. You already use it. Just put like a little line here, especially between Friday and Sunday. but you're connecting to this divine feminine energy of having this knowing, having the answers within about what's next for your life. Like the whole reason that you went through what you went through is because of your purpose in this lifetime, and not just your purpose but your karmic debt. You're paying off more karmic debt than you realize. You aren't paying off one life, you're paying off 3 lives of karmic debt. Damn, that's a lot of karmic debt, and you decided to take all of it on at once. That's why you went through such a crazy life up until this point. And moving forward, things are going to be a lot easier. But because you went through this, the universe has chosen you to be almost like the revolutionary in the age to come. And you're going to teach children about a lot of stuff, children, teenagers, about a lot of stuff. And only you're really capable of doing this, to be honest with you. Like only someone like you can go to the depth and understand, um, and reach people in the darkness. Oh, yeah, in the darkness. And so you're going to be this type of person. And so you're gaining mastery here of the skill of your intuition, of using your intuition, of using your subconscious, of using your own spirituality, of using your own knowing that you have the answers within, to go through life, to make decisions through life. You're a very spiritual person. I feel like you do know this. And you're just waiting for things in your life to change. And the change is happening, but you don't have to worry about when the change is going to happen. But you just need to carry on doing what you're doing and living life the way you want to live life. And so, yeah, um, you're gaining sacred wisdom here between Friday and Sunday from your previous lives. And this is going to help you make decisions moving forward. And clarifying both of these, we have the Page of Cups, which again is you tapping into your spirituality, connecting more to your spirituality and tapping more into your psychic gifts. There's 5 different types of psychic gifts. There's clairaudience, clairsentience, clairvoyant, clairaudience. I forgot what all of them are, but they clear something. There's 5 of them. One is you can hear, one is you can smell, one is you can taste, one is you can feel, and one of them is And so you're going to be tapping. I feel you have 4 of them. You have 4 of these gifts at this time. 3 or 4 of them. 3 or 4. It's 3.5. It's like it sometimes works, it sometimes doesn't work. Your 4th one, so it's like 3.5 of your psychic gifts that are online. But you're very intelligent. You're very, very intelligent. Whoever you are, spiritually intelligent. You spiritually have a great understanding of energy and how energy works, because you've been in different vibrations, and you understand when you're in this vibration, when you're in that vibration, what happens and what's the result of it. But you're going to be tapping into your psychic gifts here more strongly and strengthening them here between Friday and Sunday, as your intuition is going for an upgrade. And as your intuition goes through an upgrade, your psychic gifts are going to naturally go for an upgrade. Your connection to your spirituality is also going to go for an upgrade. From a place of purity, it's like you're going to feel youthfully innocent again, and be wise as a turtle. You're also, I'm seeing this story about the tortoise and the hare. The hare is always running fast. You should read the story if you haven't. And he falls asleep during the race. They have a race, the turtle and the hare, and the hare falls asleep because he's ahead of the turtle, and he decides, let me have a nap. And the turtle's far away, but he sleeps, and he ends up sleeping for too long, and then the turtle overtakes him, and the turtle wins the race. And so this is kind of your situation at this time. You've been like this turtle. You've had so many disadvantages against you, but you're now coming out on top. And you're going to recognize this in 2 years, like what I'm talking about, of like you actually coming out on top. But at this time, You should try daydreaming as much as you can. The more you daydream, the more you're going to connect to your psychic gifts here, and ask yourself questions like about why is this like this, and why is that like that. In terms of spirituality, in terms of your psychic gifts, ask questions to yourself about how you can be better, how why this works like this and why that works like this, or why is it that you can only see this thing, or you can hear this thing and you can't hear that thing, or you can't see that thing. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Ask yourself these questions, but you're gaining mastery here between Friday and Sunday, which is very interesting. This is going to help you cut through illusions moving forward. Where you're going now is going to be like a different life altogether. It's not going to feel, you're going to feel disconnected from the old life, and it's good, you need to be. But the old life was you paying off karmic debt. So the debt has been paid now. You don't need to carry that burden anymore. You're being released of it anyway between Monday and Wednesday. And so now you're going to be able to cut through illusions moving forward. When you have choices and opportunities, so you pick the right one, not just for yourself, but for the people that you're going to help in the future, because you're going to help a lot of people. You're going to become very prominent. You're going to be well known, in not just in your country. I feel like it's going to be within circuits, within spiritual circuits. People are going to know who you are from far, far away. Let's see what your challenges for this week is. So this is a very specific reading. It's not going to be a very general reading, but it's for someone that really needs to hear it at this time, and is looking for some answers of what's happening to them, because you're confused at this time of what's happening to you. You can't make sense of reality, and it's almost like you're in this anguish. I know this feeling, like anguish of like you don't know if you don't know if you want to live, if you want to die. Like you don't see the point in you living, but you're like, if I die, what's the point either way? Like like you feel like a walking zombie right now. You feel like a walking zombie. It's because you've been going through a transformation, and it's what you've been through in general. I get it. I've been through there myself. But I'll be honest, it's not going to last for very long. This energy, the way you're feeling is being changed this week. And so you're getting an answer before you can self-sabotage, because that's what happens when you're in this kind of anguish, where you're like, should I live or should I die? Or, what's the point of me living? Like you start to self-sabotage, and, you start drinking alcohol like crazy, or like doing stupid shit to kill yourself, and, to see what happens. And it's not going to work for you. It's not going to work. You're not going to be able to do it because you're too powerful. You come back from those situations very easily. You don't get drunk very easy. You don't get intoxicated very easy. Those kind of situations don't work on you very easily because you're very spiritually powerful. So your spirit is hard to break. Even though you feel defeated at this time, you feel very down. But it's temporary. Going into the week is going to be very different for you. So let's see what your challenge is here for the week. So you might be imprisoning yourself here because of the negative thinking. You might be imprisoning yourself, restricting yourself energetically, physically, mentally, emotionally, because of it's leading to negative thinking. But it's coming from this sort of loneliness, this grief that you've had, the tears that you've cried in your life, like the pain, the great pain that you've endured, the loss you've endured, the worry of not being able to defend yourself, not being able to scream for help, not having someone to help you in situations. This is where it's stemming from. It's causing you to think negatively. It's causing you to think negatively, and it's causing you to imprison yourself. And it's like blocking your mind from thinking clearly. It's blocking your communication. It's blocking your self-expression, how you express yourself, and it's blocking your ideas, the pain, the grief. And it comes from negative thinking. I'd say try not to think so much, try to feel more. What I mean by feeling is like feeling from the heart. So if you need to make a decision, don't think about it. Ask your heart a question. Heart, should I do this or should I do that? If you feel a heaviness in your heart, it's probably a no. If you feel a lightness in your heart, it's probably a yes. But don't let your brain answer for you. Don't let your brain answer for your heart. So when you ask a question, sometimes the brain will try to answer for you. Don't let your brain answer. Like if your brain answers, try to say the question out loud and then feel it. But try not to think so much. The advice here is to be in this kind of hangman position to um, if things feel upside down, you go upside down as well. You go upside down as well. If things feel upside down, you go upside down too. Um, and this is going to give you a new perspective on like where things have been stagnating you, where things you've been making a surrender of. It's like sacrificing yourself and surrendering your power to people, and just surrendering your own power just within yourself as well, sacrificing your own power within yourself. And it stems from this grief, this loneliness, these tears, this pain that you've been carrying. But this is your challenge. But you're going to be purging this anyway between Monday and Wednesday. But it's still showing up in the challenge, and it's probably because it's a big challenge. The advice obviously is to be in this hangman. The fool, while he's walking, he gets his foot trapped in a vine, and he gets turned upside down. Rather than fighting it, he gets very relaxed, and you can see here, like he's got his leg crossed. He's got his leg crossed. He's just chilling, and he's basically doing this so he can see the world from the upside down view, and so he can gain new perspective. So this is going to give you more. This is going to give you new perspectives of where you need to surrender things that are hurting you, and what's that making you stagnant, so that you can move forward and be happy. So let's see what your outcome here is for the week. So your outcome here for the week is you're manifesting, you're freeing up your energy, the stagnant energy that's within your body, within your physical body, in your aura. You're releasing the stagnant, the dead energy, and this is creating new space. So you're able to manifest opportunities, more opportunities, just in general, happier opportunities that give you something that you want. And you're gonna feel very abundant here by the end of the week, and very enthusiastic. And the universe is also coming in here to protect you, and the universe is coming in because you need someone there, someone the universe is coming up and showing up as like a father figure here for you. And it's not allowing you to go through any more of these type of situations. I feel quite emotional, like to go through these kind of situations that you've been through, because you suffered a lot, and now you're trying to try your best to be positive without without asking for something in return. You're just trying to be positive and trying to be happy as much as you can with whatever you have, whatever little you have. You're trying to be as happy as you can, because you understand, if you're full of hatred and anger from your own experience, when you're full of anger and hatred, you only get to experience more anger and hatred. But when you're loving and happy, the universe gives you more situations to experience more happiness and love. So the universe is strongly coming in here for you, and saying, you deserve good karma. The universe is coming in and giving you justice here, and by giving you, by being truthful and honest with you, by being fair with you, and what the universe is giving you at this time is this healing. So you're healing at this time, deep healing, deep release, without you knowing. It's happening while you're sleeping, while you're awake. It's happening for the whole week. Is going to happen, as you're going to feel better every single day, and you're not going to go back into that way of being moving forward. Like it's being fully removed from you, the energetic bond that you have to this pain, that you have to this, is being completely removed by the universe. The universe has deemed you ready for a new life. And this is very powerful. It's not normal. You're not a normal person. You're a very special person. I want you to know this. You're a very special person. And the universe is blessing you at this time. You have a lot of gods and goddesses that are praying for you. They're praying for you, the gods and goddesses, and they're praying to you. They're praying to you so that you rise to your potential. And you don't get put off by what you've been through. It's very interesting. But you're healing, you're releasing, and you're seeing a lot of personal growth here by the end of this week. Completely transitioning from the old life into a new life. You can see she's on this boat here, and this is, your spiritual guides here, basically moving you along from the land where you've always been, the land of hurt, pain, suffering, into this new land. And this is also synonymous with what I was saying in the channel, that you need to move. So just keep your things ready. And when you get that news, so you're ready to go at a moment's notice. And so this is leading you to you be very balanced, and you're going to be moving forwards very quickly in your life path. It's like the fool, he finds this chariot and he finds this armor, and it's in perfect condition. It's for a king. And he goes, it must have been for me because it's in perfect condition and someone's just left it here. So it's like things are going to encounter things moving forward that are going to feel like it's just for you. And it's just for you. And so you're going to be very balanced moving forward. The way these sphinxes move is through his heart. The stronger your heart is, the stronger your willpower is. And that's how these move. They don't use control like with the reins, with the physical strength. They use the strength of the heart to move. And that's how he moves them. You can see there's no thing, to control the sphinxes. And so, you're going to be moving forwards taking focused action, being very determined, taking control of your life, and embodying a very strong willpower. Freeing yourself of the past influence, freeing yourself of what's influenced you in the past, growing up, and all the negativity your family that have put into you, the hurt that you went through. You're shifting from this energy of hurt and pain and suffering that was done to you from your family, from people in your past, that influenced the way you behaved up until 6-7 weeks ago, 8 weeks ago. You're moving out of that energy completely here by the end of this week, and in this energy of the Empress. And I don't need to really explain it, but it's like you're going to be feeling more beautiful in general, whether you're male or female, anything in between. Gender's irrelevant. Feeling very good, like connecting to your own nature, connecting to your own nature's abundance, connected to the divine, the spiritual realm. She's got 12 stars on her crown here, and they represent the different zodiacs. So it's very connected to the spiritual realm here, as well as being in this sort of nurturing energy that the universe is coming in here and nurturing you with. And that's a confirmation if you heard that. But you're in this nurturing energy that the universe is nurturing you with at this time here by the end of this week. And it's like you're being heavily blessed, and you're in this receiving mode and receiving blessings from the universe. So I'm going to leave your reading here. It's a very big turnaround week for you, of things finally starting to change. So I'm going to leave your reading here. If you did like the reading, leave me a like, comment, subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, my website is down in the description. Other than that, have a fantastic week, and I shall see you soon.